Welcome, ladies and gents, to another magical moon message. This is the peace dealer. The moon is in Sagittarius. The sun is in Taurus. This is eighth house to the sun. I swear, every time the moon is in Sagittarius, the sun shines brighter. Can someone I feel like the sun just shine brighter. Can anyone confirm that for me? I swear sometimes the sun just be like flaring brighter, like I'm in Sag, motherfucker. And it's like, yo, I'm not trying to be blind, but thank you. I don't know, I feel like the sun just does extra for no reason. Like, you don't have to shine this hard, but hey, it is what it is. You do you illuminating this light. But can anyone please confirm that for me? I swear to God, like I thought it was a coincidence at first. I remember vividly, like the sun just sparking brighter, like I'm in here. I feel like that's just Sag. Like Leo has to let you know they're in the room, but Sag has to let you know they're in the room. Like they'll knock some shit over just so you look their direction. Not because they need the attention, but you just have to know, right? But other than that, I already said it in that twice. But yeah, this is a transformational ascendancy that your body is stepping into, but literally stepping into when the moon goes into Capricorn and like steps onto that mountain path, so that you actually begin the physiological process of ascending your body. And in that, you're going to actually physically, feel into the physical changes of your body. Well, what's inducing these physical changes? The moon in Sagittarius, which is actually making you receptive to the perceptual meaning of your actual physical senses transforming. So the moon in Sagittarius is transforming your physical senses' ability to actually see into extra-dimensional supernatural phenomena. And none of this shit is not crazy. So this is actually not going to be the easiest, because if I think about, and shout out to Vsauce, the god Vsauce is uploaded. He rarely uploads on YouTube, but when he does, it's a banger. So go check out his new video about the future of reasoning, because we're dealing very much so with a hyper advancing consciousness and technology in relation to the field of reasoning that may be a bit outdated and may not necessarily catch up with the ways we kind of process information, especially regarding reasoning as it has evolved to help us navigate through social situations. Well, a lot of you don't need to talk to people anymore, because you can gain impressions about what they think or feel without even having to connect with them. You know this because you think and feel it, and then they literally tell you what you just thought or feel. Now, this isn't a reason to not talk to people. I said that very wrong. But I'm just saying this to kind of really speak on the old mechanism of gathering information, of reasoning deductively or inductively, and how you can throw all that shit in the trash, because you're literally awakening more so than ever supernatural ability to process information, gain relevant information, which you've been doing your whole life, but you're perfecting now in ways that are as simple as just thinking about it. And that's going to be really difficult to accept, that you don't need the training wheels you've needed your whole life. And then you're going to realize you never needed those training wheels. Those training wheels were actually meant to deliberately dumb you down. And then you're going to realize you were right when you kind of called it out, but you might have doubted yourself because you didn't want to be the only one really speaking on this uniqueness, especially as a part of yourself. So what's very important to illustrate with the moon in Sagittarius is Sagittarius is the swaggiest sign in the zodiac. Leo thinks it's them. And I mean, Leo is the source of all swag. So I'm just going to have to give it to Sagittarius. I feel like Sagittarius takes it to another level, and you're going to be blessed and birth swag. Magic is something that you create. And this is evident by Sagittarius, the sign of the creator, the sign where magic was created. And if you remember the magicians of that show, I can't remember where the place was. Fillory, okay, was where magic was. There was a scene in the magicians where a god came in the form of like a plumber and shut magic off. So he didn't shut magic off in the real world. He shut magic off in Fillory. Fillory is a representation of Pisces, a magical, mythological land where magic freely is expressed. I want you to think how he shut that off in that imaginary land. That's representative of Neptune and Pisces. We're in the age where magic is about to be turned back on with this North Node Gemini so that it can relay in the real world. But I want you to ponder that. There was no wellspring of magic in the real world. It was in Pisces land. I think that went over a lot of people's heads. But it's very important because this is the home of Sagittarius, Pisces. This abstract land where everything you imagine just comes into existence quite immediately. And this is really going to change the way you incorporate the unreal and supernatural in your real everyday life in ways that will change neural pathways and change the way you think about stuff that you couldn't think about before because your critical mind made you think or thought that it wasn't real, versus you literally with the moon in Sagittarius seeing phenomena and experiencing experiences that your critical mind has given you the impression is not real until you do it. Okay? A lot of experiences unconscious to you will be made more conscious. And we had Moon trine Chiron in Aries, which really ascended this aspect of your character. We had the King comes to the Taurus energy, which really began more the process of transforming your perception and also activating your third eye, your mind's eye, and your ability to connect and transform your mind's eye with your physical senses. So if a lot of you start to see ghosts and more synchronicities, the moon is making a 90-degree square to Neptune in Pisces. And so Neptune in Pisces, square moon in Sagittarius, is challenging your critical mind to accept unreal phenomena. You're going to see shit that's not possible. And that's what's going to be very confusing. The intuitive guidance that you see is purposefully meant to clash with your own psychological nature of information processing so that you're in a position to change the way you update what you know to be real. And so you're going to be seeing things that are not possible to you. And it's not that it's not possible, it's that you're making the impossible possible because you're fucking magic. Okay, and in light of that, you're doing things in your life that are disgusting to other people. You believe certain things and are doing certain things. Sage, I just wanted to show y'all the synchronicity train is real. You're doing things that are just like off-putting to other people. And I don't think you remember that just because other people, not every other person, but just because some other people may not care for it, it doesn't mean that it's nasty. Doesn't mean that you shouldn't do it. It means that other people should mind their fucking business. So really understand the difference between someone drawing boundaries because you share space with them and so you need to respect their boundaries versus someone not minding their business and acting like they could tell you what to do with your life. Huge difference. And this is where that rebellious Sagittarius fire energy can help free you from, I wanted to curse right now, can help free you from that malarkey and garbage, because this has a huge opportunity to cloud and block you from accessing this extra energy. And you don't need that. My friend, you don't need that. This is a wonderful, wondrous transit. This is a wondrous transit. And this is getting ready to open up so many different levels of accessing your multidimensionality that the vision that will transform for you will really now acutely link together aspects that were too metaphysical for you to make realistic, tangible sense of until today. I can't emphasize enough the square of the moon to Neptune. This is going to really change the game on the way you perceive a lot of this phenomena and how realistically you can make this tangible. Other than that, the moon will also sextile Jupiter in Aquarius. So when you're dealing with this square, a square like this is going to have you see a ghost. And then that's when it's like, what the fuck? This person is a non-corporeal being, a non-corporeal spiritual being. I can't compute this. And then Jupiter that's sextiling the moon will give you knowledge and be like, that's a ghost, motherfucker. And then you'll be like, oh shit, I'm seeing ghosts now. Yeah, this day is gonna be crazy as fuck. You enjoy this transit. It'll strengthen and like straighten up Moon and Capricorn, where we gain more realistic perspective on what's happening. And outside of that, enjoy this very unique supernatural fusion of the mundane and the supernatural, as you realize they're one and the same, and you definitively ascend through transformation. Enjoy this process, make it your own. Don't try and figure it out, because you trying to figure it out is your mind's need to make logical sense of a non-linear process that's not meant to fit in a box. Experience, and then let the moon in Capricorn transit over the next 2 days sort and organize out how to ground this in reality. For now, just ascend and transform through that ascendancy. Be willing to speak to, look, faith G, infinity. Be willing to have faith in the infinite potential of your energy, which you'll start to see really interacts outside your consciousness. And a lot of serendipitous news at the rest of this transit. So don't be perturbed, because this serendipitous news will require you leap outside your comfort zone and just know that your own magic is guiding you. So don't be a punk and believe in yourself.